Hi, this video is meant to discuss the components of the do-it-yourself tripod. We're going to be talking about the base plate, the attachment stand, the legs, the stabilizer, the camera attachment, and the phone attachment. First, we're going to discuss the base plate. The base plate is a particle board cutout, and it's made to allow the tripod legs to sit at equal spread. This is made by drawing an 8-inch equilateral triangle and then cutting off the tips. This would make an odd-shaped hexagon, which you can form and cut space for the legs. Lastly, to finish off the base plate, there was a 3/8-inch hole drilled, and it was widened to about 3/4 of an inch to allow the 1/2-inch PVC to sit inside of it. Next, we're going to be talking about the attachment plate. The attachment plate consists of a 3x3-inch particle board square and 2 rubber bands that will allow the attachments to sit. The requirements of this is that it's attached flat and that it can't rotate. To help it not rotate, I very tightly screwed in a screw in the center of it, and I also hot glued around the sides. Next is the attachment stand. This component just allows for more vertical movement of the tripod. 15 inches long, and it's a 1/2-inch diameter PVC. I had to drill through this at the top right here with a 3/8-inch drill bit to allow us to screw into the particle board. Next, we're going to talk about the legs. The telescoping legs were made with a 20-inch long 1-inch PVC, which is the one you're seeing now. That's used as the outer pipe, and as well a 15-inch 1/2-inch PVC as the inner pipe. The inner pipe needed to have a diameter increase to allow for it to sit inside without wobbling. So I used 5 sheets of paper and then duct taped them together. That created a nice roll for me to widen the diameter. The settings of the telescoping legs is changed by inserting a screw or a bolt into the holes that are pre-drilled on the rod. The 2 pipes line up by use of a single line, a straight line across them, and this allows you to find your pilot holes. Once you put in a screw, it locks the leg in place and then it can no longer move. A good thing to note is that the holes are placed on the outside of the tripod during assembly. This allows for easy replacement of the screws and easy setting changes. The rails on the opposite side allow the tripod stabilizer, this piece, to slide and change the spread of the leg. This only works if the rails are directly on the inside of the tripod. So you can see the dowel on the one end, which allows it to rotate on that axis, and this should be directly perpendicular from this rail. The rails that are used on the tripod stabilizer are 9 inches long, and sometimes they have to be bent outwards, as in widened, to allow the stabilizer to slide freely. The next part that we'll talk about is the tripod stabilizer. This part allows the tripod to change its spread. It consists of a 3-inch diameter center circle and also 3 4-inch diameter dowels. These are just glued together. On the ends of the dowels are little pieces of hot glue that are cut. These need to be below a certain height or they're going to fail. The pieces of hot glue allow the tripod stabilizer to slide in the rails but will not come out. The next thing that I want to talk about is the camera attachment. This makes use of 2 3-inch by 3-inch particle board pieces that are braced together by a hinge. Properly sized screws such as this one makes it possible to mount a camera. The screw is a 1/4-inch diameter, 20 thread per inch screw. This 20 thread per inch is a standard for camera thread attachments, and this allows it to be versatile for many different cameras. Finally, I want to talk about the phone attachment. The phone attachment consists of a very similar looking double particle board brace by a hinge, but also consists of the phone clamp. Phone clamp uses the force of a rubber band to tighten down on your phone. It was made by cutting a 3.5-inch long piece of PVC and then half cutting it with a Dremel tool. These little rails hold your phone very nicely, and additionally on the inside I used some hot glue to increase the friction. The pieces of PVC come together by the use of a dowel axis, which there's a 3/8-inch hole drilled through these little particle board pieces here. The particle board pieces are a 1 inch by 1.5 inch. Both of the attachments should be used with a rubber band, and this allows you to change the vertical rotation of the camera or the phone. If you just push in this dowel a little bit more, it will lean it forward. So with that, I hope that you learned a little bit more. I hope that some of the intricacies of the components were cleared up, and I thank you much for watching. You can move on to the how-to video to assemble the project.